Okay, hi, and welcome, welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. Now, I wasn't going to do a video today. I had a lot to do, and but I decided to do this because of what they were doing. I talked about how at times when I speak to my daughter, they'll hijack her consciousness and to like interrogate me, okay, or to send some type of subliminal message. So during the week, um, again, they have gotten their mother into that, fun mode again, going out, multiple nights out of the week, or what have you, and trying to threaten me like if I talk about it, her leaving the kids by themselves, and blah blah blah. Right. The funny thing, Friday, she calls me, right, and she's like, "Oh, I'm leaving work now." I'm just like, "Okay, why you?" She knows how to manipulate them and they know how to manipulate her or what have you. I'm not if you're making any sense. What I mean is that she knows that I'm a targeted individual and she knows what it is that they're trying to do because I've spoken to her about it. And she's using the fact that I'm a TI to, again, I keep saying they're going to send honey traps your way and you need to be very careful. But, the mind of the female knock, that's exactly what she wants, right? And so so she'll like call me at times. I'm leaving work now and this and that. She'll call me like multiple times during the day. Like I said, and it's always when there is, I guess, nothing's going on or what have you, and then all of a sudden she's calling me. Then all of a sudden she starts getting invited to dates and stuff like that, right? So I just my observation. But anyhow, so um, earlier today, like I was speaking with her, and she was like, "Oh, I got a party to go to, my job's graduation party," and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Why is she telling me details? She usually never say these things, right? She's usually like, oh, I'm going out and this and that, and that's it. So why all of a sudden all of that now? Which it doesn't bother me. I don't, what I'm saying. I'm surprised sometimes that she's basically being, there is no admittance, that there's like honesty and truth. But again, that's not something that I would normally expect, right? And like I said, we're not in a relationship, so what I'm saying. So anyhow, so my daughter calls me, and we were talking. I said, hey, I'm she wants to play some Roblox. I said, hey, I'm basically trying to, I'm rebuilding my home theater PC, putting in new fans and stuff like that. So she, so she starts, we were talking for a little bit, and she was like, oh, I know you're going to be jelly. I know she was like, no, Daddy, I know that you're jelly because I have Splish Splash for 2 days. I said, yeah, I'm so jelly. So when I'm saying, oh, I'm so jelly, they start with the police siren, right? Woo, woo. Okay, that's that sort of thing. Again, false narrative with false accusations. They have conditioned, particularly black our women, my group of women, black women, to particularly black feminist women, to believe in lies and propaganda about black men, and they perpetuate the lies and propaganda also. Okay, so we're talking, and her mother calls. As me and my daughter talk, her mother calls, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just calling to see if you guys got the Chinese food." And I'm saying to myself, she's why she's calling this. Well, I mean, Ethan was on this game. Sometimes he doesn't hear his phone or have you. So I was like, okay, whatever. So she's like, I'll call you. She's like, I'll call you back. And then she called me back. So I said, okay. So I said, all right. She was like, yeah, mommy called because she wanted to know if we got the Chinese food, right? So now she starts to play videos on YouTube. And one of the videos she's always playing, and I've recognized it now. This is about the third or fourth time that she's always playing this song, particularly, also when I'm speaking to her, particularly when her mother's out, right? And the song is Hit the Road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. She'll stay playing that song. But again, as with coercive persuasion programming, we know the use of music is part of the method and the tactic. And like I said, and the fact that she only plays that song when I'm on the phone or if her mother is out, because usually I'm on the phone with her keeping her company, or she'll call her grandmother to keep her company. Right? So but with me, she's played that song. So she did it again today. Now, as she was playing that song, um, I, as I'm, the image that you see here is the connection on the motherboard for the computer case, from the PC case, input output uh, device, right? So it has USB 3, USB 2, your audio mic jack and stuff like that. So you have to connect it to the motherboard, and this is part of the motherboard that you connect it to. So again, I can never really remember, and I have to take a picture because it's so small, and even with reading glasses, I can't see it. So this is why I take a picture so I can zoom in and stuff like that. So I know that I'm connecting to the right connectors, right? So I had this image up. Okay, so why is it that when, um, okay, just have to cough. So why is it that when, I went back to because, when she called me, I answered the call, she was talking, I went back to look at uh, the image, the picture that I took of the motherboard with the connector so I can, um, connect to the motherboard to the case IO shield, not IO shield, but input output connection. Why is it that it went to, why this picture, when I went back, this is the picture that showed up? Okay, now this is a picture I took of Pam when she was targeting me, and I started targeting her back, and we were going back and forth, and she decided that all of a sudden she's just going to sleep on my daughter's bed, right? Because the kids have bunk beds. And I'm like, okay, but it's time for her to go to bed. Why are you sleeping on her bed now? Right? And again, sometimes when she does start targeting me with the hand signals and I'll target her back, all of a sudden she'll just, either go to her room, but in this instance, she went and slept on my daughter's bed. And I'm like, okay, wow. So this picture all of a sudden come up. So I know that, and I just heard I just heard the police siren again. And I did this video before, but I had to uh, 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 stop doing it because when I took this picture, I didn't realize that part of her under insurance, so I had to basically erase that part, right? So again, this is the only reason why I took this picture, and I think I did a video on it. I probably did a video on it before, so I didn't even notice that. But anyhow, uh, just to show you guys how they will access my phone. And again, this picture, I have like tons of picture in my phone, right? Why is it that this picture specifically, right? So when I went to look, I had to keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling in order to get to this picture, and then I had to basically take a screenshot because I didn't want to have to, scroll through all these pictures to show you guys, because there's other pictures in there also. So just to show you guys what popped up, right? So again, all day today. Then they've been, with the subliminal message. Then they will always, at times, have my niece, friend from upstairs. Her name is Keisha, who will always come down, particularly when I'm being targeted like this. And then as she rings the bell, immediately afterwards, I hear police sirens. And then when she leaves, in a very loud voice, she would say, later. Okay? So this is the type of things that they do, using other people, using family members, using their friends, using neighbors and stuff like that to engage in this sort of subliminal. And the threat of me exposing it, that I will be arrested and I'll continue to be targeted and such and such. And if they haven't learned from now, I've been targeted for over 2 decades now, so this is nothing new to me. You know what I'm saying? I just that I have to expose it to show exactly what's being done, right? Just like today, with Pam. So, like when I'm over there, I'm not sure if I did a video on this, but the last time I was over there, right? They were sending me some message about don't come back. Like I can't see my kids. Particularly when they start targeting me, it's like, oh, I'm supposed to self isolate, not pick up the phone. This is why I did that other video, you'll see where the phone icon, when I went to call my kids, the phone icon just got really, really large and filled up the screen for like a split second, right? And so I had to, and I did a video like this already twice, showing that this is what they'll do, right? Because they think that they think that they've, they've somehow got everybody into again believing and participating in their lies and their deception. And so when they start attacking, particularly when using silent sound spectrum, because again, your brain has no defense mechanism against that, and so it does affect you psychologically. And this is what they'll do, right? So it's a repeated thing, and I keep doing these videos because just to show you guys that this is a repeated uh, uh, thing that they do, right? It's repetition, and we know what conditioning is, right? Particularly psychological conditioning and brainwashing is the repetition of certain things, right? So yeah, and then I took a picture of the screenshot of the phone when my daughter called me, and every time now, what she does, she's like, "Guess what, Daddy? We've been on the phone for 20 something minutes and such and such." So she's always counting the minutes and the seconds, or the hour, minutes, and seconds that we're on the phone. Okay, and I'm just, so I have to, next time I have to nip that in the bud and talk to her about that, because she's being conditioned to, to say these things. Her mind is being hijacked uh, with, again, silent sound to have to say these things, and it's just very, very strange. Oh, before I forget, so I was earlier today. I got up and I went to what I went to do. I think I had went to make breakfast, and my sister was sitting in the kitchen. As soon as I come in the kitchen, she looks at my Ankh pendant, which I talk about, they do from time to time, and then she looks over at the recyclable bag. Now we have a blue recyclable bag because you have to recycle the garbage, stuff like that. And she looks at me, look at my Ankh pendant, and then looks over at the blue recyclable bag, then sticks her finger in her ears. Okay, so again, like I said, it's these religious fanatics. All right, again, they use Christianity to control us, to control the sheeps, because again, not wanting them to think, not wanting them to know the truth about their about the falseness of their beliefs, based religious belief system. And this is how they can control them. This is how you keep people in ignorance through their religious belief system, so where they don't want to learn the truth. Okay, so they'll continue to do this. Now they're making a spitting sound. So you see, every time I expose them, they think that they have the upper hand, and I expose them in such a way, and all of a sudden they'll start making a spitting sound. There's always some threats, always some threats. Okay, and it's never ending. This is why, like I said, I have to continue to expose them for what they're doing, and continue to expose them. As long as they keep doing it, I'm going to keep exposing them and become very diligent in exposing them. All right. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.